It's time for Thunderbolt football. Let's get ready for kickoff.
Well, good evening, and we are kicking off for sure. We're kicking off Coach's Corner here on Quinn Broadcasting. Fred Melendez along with head coach Bert Ayala. And usually when we do these kind of shows, we're looking to do it on a positive note, Coach, but really tough game on Friday night against Rancocas Valley. First question I'm going to ask you is, when you prepare every which way that you can for a game like that you know is going to be difficult, competitive, and all that, the last thing you want to see is all the mistakes that went against you, the fumbled punt that led to a touchdown, and the penalties. Every time you had a good play, a penalty took it away. So looking back over this game, I mean, I know you want to just put the film in a closet and just leave it there, but after seeing the film, what did you see that could have made a little difference for your guys?
I mean, I think anybody that knows football and watches the game saw exactly what you said, you know what I mean? But I did put it away in a closet because I don't think one win ever or one loss defines you or one win defines you, you know?
Right.
So you got to play week to week and you got to be prepared. Yeah, unfortunately, you know, listen, we're young. We're young on the line. We're young. So we made errors and but like, you know, we were one little thing away from being right there. But the errors, you know, you had 14 points that they had on the board that came from errors, you know, a muff punt. And then, you know, we went to throw a little slip screen that they blocked and caught and put them right there. So, you know, you take those 14 points off the ball, it could be a different ball game. But with that being said, you know, our guys played to the end. We competed, and, you know, last week is last week, and now AC's on our mind.
And, of course, we all knew that Savion Adams was going to be a big factor in this game. Turned out that he was. But, again, that first half, you were right in it. Like you said, a couple of mistakes, 14-0 is not an insurmountable lead at all.
No. I mean, we've been in worse situations before and fought through it, you know. Yeah, Savion Adams, he's a good player and a good athlete. You know, he's going to Division I college. He's going to Monmouth, but you know, he's going as a little slot receiver. So I mean, but Division I talent is Division I talent. So you know.
Yeah, he seemed to make all the plays when he needed to. He was contained pretty much throughout that first half, but during that one touchdown, the second touchdown, he finally broke free for that long down the left sideline 37-yarder, and then their next play, he just kind of maneuvered through four different possible tackles to get in the end zone. So that's the kind of craftiness that it's difficult to defend.
Yeah, momentum's a funny thing too. You know, I mean, you know, we weren't being successful. We weren't very successful offensively. You know, with the mistakes and just missing things at times. So, you know, sometimes, you know, our defense was on the field a little too long at times with drives or us not having long enough offensive drives. So breakdowns happen. There's only so long you can contain a kid like that because he's so dynamic and explosive. So once he got out there, he was gone.
I can't believe that you were to be impressed or happy with the fact that there were two unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, only because that usually comes after the play is over, which I think was the case. He had two of those in the first half. So how do you talk to your kids about, hey, you got to maintain discipline. You cannot let that happen.
Yeah, well, the one was unacceptable, and he knows that. He was reprimanded for it, and he knows the severe consequence if that ever happens again. It's not what we condone. I mean, we don't deal with it. It's just in the moment sometimes in the game. I don't think every coach deals with it differently. Every player you could deal with a different way. Just wasn't the right way to go about ripping them at that moment. I had my defensive backs coach. He said he got it. He talked to him and settled it in, and we moved forward from there. But you know, the other one I think was a bogus call because I think it was on my quarterback, and I think things were misunderstood because even my offensive line, you know, that was there, and that's just not in his character. So I don't know, but I mean, they called it, so we just take it.
Did he say something? Because I think I remember the situation.
He told him to stop using profanity or whatnot, and I don't know. But I just think a bad play happens, and he might have had used the profanity in a bad moment or something like that, but it wasn't directed. I don't know. I can't give you the details to it.
And looking at it, he was looking away from everything. He flipped the ball to the official like they usually do. So I didn't see the cause for that call. But at any rate, again, some of the things that were called, every time it seemed like you got the big play, The one pass to Devontae Smith that went downfield pretty well. There was a holding penalty behind the line of scrimmage. The film showed it, so I know you don't want to see calls like that.
No. It was
but
100%. No,
the guy tackled the lineman.
Sticks. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was unfortunate. But the one play that I'm sure, I don't know if they get graded on things like they do in the pros, but the touchdown pass that was nullified by ineligible man downfield, I still to this day can't say it.
They said
something else.
They said what they say. It was legal formation. We weren't all on the line, so we were in a trips formation, and all our receivers weren't on the line. So it had nothing
to do with somebody being downfield.
No, but the thing is the official didn't declare it with a hand signal saying that they were off the line. He got enticed by the other side because we didn't have one receiver on the line, so we were uncovered. So 5 years, once we catch the ball and he gets down the field, the guy decides to throw the freaking flag. And to be honest, I mean, it was because, Rancogus Valley was in his ear, but he never gave the call. And then by rule, if he don't give that call that he's uncovered, then you can't throw the flag. And he still did. So
do a lot of players, I see a lot of players look to the official to make sure that they're in the right position, like you say, covered.
We're a multiple spread team, and our receivers know it. When I looked at it, I don't think our receivers did in that moment. So the penalty is justified. It's just that the official didn't follow the procedure, so it shouldn't have been in that moment. But I mean, either way, it should be on the ball.
Now, of course, the one play. Let me talk about your quarterback. It looked like he was just a little bit. I don't want to say flustered, but a lot of the balls he threw were overthrown. And was he? What did he tell you about how he felt about the game? Because a lot of
the first one to tell you that he wasn't happy. He's a better quarterback than that. And I don't believe we'll see games like that from him again. I mean, it's just, it's the hardest position to play, and he didn't have the best night.
Right.
But like we said, we're putting the game to the back of our heads and throwing it away. He's doing the same.
Absolutely. We're looking for better things from Robbie for sure. Talk to me about Aiden Dawkins, though. He was a fierce runner for the most part.
Yeah, I think he had like 99 yards rushing. I think as a team we had 150 yards rushing total.
Wow.
I mean, we threw for I think 140, so take out 100 yards off the board, which, from those were the passes. But, Aiden's explosive. This is what he does. He's dynamic. Once he hits the hole, he goes. So that's just promise and what we saw, the pieces are there. You just got to put it together,
And I do admire the way that Smith plays the game receivers-wise. Looks like if you put the ball somewhere near him, he's going to make the big catch.
Yeah, Tion, he's got a great, Devontae, he has a great catch radius, and he's just a very dynamic athlete, man. We're fortunate to have him. I'm glad he's here. His brother was part of our state championship. Devontae Smith, right? Dante Smith. I'm sorry, Dante Smith. He also played basketball too. So, Devontae's also a good basketball player too.
Okay, so this week you talked about the plays, and did you tell everybody just put it aside and we got we got to focus on Atlantic City now?
Oh yeah, we've been over it. We watched the film on Saturday and it was over. That's it. So it's just we know what it is. I mean it's not like we haven't experienced loss before, so it's just a matter of continuing to move forward.
Now, they made one key defensive play, the tipped interception that put the ball deep in your territory, but your defense stepped up and limited the sequence to a field goal, so you had to be a little proud about that.
Yeah, that's all you ask for in those moments, at least don't let them score, So
right.
Seeing that was promising too. I mean, so I think we'll be fine. Like I said, the game was the game, and it's over now, and just got to go this week and be 1-0 this week.
Yeah, and you put Reggie Holly in as a Wildcat to get your 2 touchdowns?
Yeah. We just tried to change the pace. He's an explosive athlete, and it's just about sometimes you got to get a ball in athletes' hands like that. So, and we just went with something different.
Absolutely. Anybody else that stood out from what you saw in the film? Always looking to get some players some credit.
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody did their job. I think Savion Jones at corner did a great job over there. I just think across the board we still got to get better. I mean, we're not where we want to be, so we can give credit, but I'm not about moral victories. Or living on one thing. So we got to get better across the board. It's a team sport.
Now, Atlantic City surprised Mainland, as you know, 25-8, and that game was definitely all 25-8 because they had the one player who just Jayden Day, 8 receptions, 240 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So that's somebody that you're obviously going to have to look at.
Yes, he's a good player, a good athlete. Yeah, AC looks good, man. They had a great season last year. Coach over there does a great job with his program and his team from where they were to where they are now,
Right.
and how he changed that program around to put them back in a positive situation is awesome. I mean, so he's a great fit for who they are and what they do. So we got to come and play. We just got to come and play our brand of football and make sure that we execute on every level.
There were times when you did have it there, but as far as the playing and the intensity and all that, you definitely played at times with that intensity. The mistakes, the penalties, and all that kind of held you back a little bit. But even though the score was 33-14, it didn't feel like a 33-14 game in a way.
Nah, we always felt like we had a way back in. It's just was always one thing after another. So,
Now, this schedule you have Atlantic City and Mainland next, both on the road. How do you view the situation when you're starting on the road this much?
Just got to go play football, We're just worrying about AC. I'm not worried about anything else ahead of us. I'm not worried about our schedule. I'm not worried about who's on it. Just worried about AC. That's it.
There's no easy teams on the schedule, is there?
Nah, it hasn't been in the last, I think, 5-6 years. So I mean, you got to play who's in front of you, and that's it.
Okay. Head coach Bert Ayala, we're going to take a quick break and be back with more Coach's Corner. Stay with us here on Quinn Broadcasting.
Family owned, service oriented. Since 1960, Allen Associates has been a leader in insurance and financial services. We provide insurance services to roughly 300 groups, ranging from 2 to several thousand lives in the private and public sectors. With more than 60 years of experience and a staff of highly trained and dedicated professionals, Allen Associates is noted for its ability to build strong, long-term relationships with our clients and the communities we serve.
Allen Associates is the place to see. One-stop service, the best that can be. Whether finance, insurance, health, or medical, Allen Associates will make life so practical.
Call Allen Associates today at 856-692-2250. Allen Associates, your complete health and financial services in Vineland, New Jersey.
It's time for Thunderbolt football. Let's get ready for kickoff.
Welcome back to Coach's Corner here on Quinn Broadcasting as we prepare for Friday Night Football. Again, Atlantic City is the next opponent for the Millville Thunderbolts. We have head coach Bert Ayala with us. And Coach Ayala, let you introduce who's on the table with us here.
To my right, we have senior Jayden Jones, also captain of our football team and on our leadership council. And then next to him, we have Marty Collins, also senior captain, leader on our football team as well.
I know the players don't like to talk about themselves too much, so tell me about the skill set for these two guys.
Well, they're both Division I football players, right? Jayden's committed to UConn, and Marty's committed to Eastern Michigan. They're both set to leave in January, as long as they do their part in school. But they're both set to leave in January to be, enrolled for spring ball out there. I mean, Jayden's had a plethora of offers. Marty came on last year, had an amazing year, and picked up a ton of offers in literally like a 2-3 month window of the spring. But they're both great players and both played pivotal roles for our team and team success over the last couple of years. They were both part of our state championship team, and as freshmen, Jayden had a game-winning sack that year in that state championship. Marty had a big-time onside kick recovery. We don't forget that because that was big. But yes, both fortunate. I was glad to have him, but 4 years goes fast, and we're going to enjoy this time around them for the next couple months.
So they've already created some big-time moments, and they have a few more games to where they can continue that.
Yeah.
What position does Jayden play?
Jayden's an outside backer, D end, and Marty was like a strong safety nickel.
Okay. So their defensive is with the expertise.
Yeah, Marty played both ways. Yeah, Marty he played every position you could think of because he's a good athlete. So.
Okay. What do you guys think about this coming year? I mean, first of all, How are you going to put away the Rancocas Valley game?
Well, like Coach said before, after Saturday, we just leave it as that. Win or loss, we would have went with it the same way. You watch film on them and leave it as what it was. So we just take it 1 week at a time and just focus on whoever we got next, which is AC.
Okay, and as far as you're concerned,
Yes, sir. Definitely just piggyback off of him. Once we watch the film, just take good and bad off it and just move on to that next week of practice and just dominate and get ready for the next opponent.
now defensively, obviously you want to play with intensity. Is that something that you guys go out there and really try to be intense and try to make tackles, plays, and things like that?
Of course, you want to make the play. Of course, you want to be a guy to make the play, but at the same time, you want to do your job. Every man has their own job. You do your 111, and that's what makes a team successful. So, yeah, you want to go out there and make the tackles, but at the same time, doing what you're supposed to do.
As far as you mentioned some of the career highlights, but coming up through the ranks, you were through the Holly City Midget Football or something else?
I played my 8th grade year. I played when I was like 5 years old, which would be freshman. I played for like 2 years. We won 2 championships, and then I stopped. I played soccer for a while. And then 8th grade, I played 1 year Midget League, and then freshman year after that. So really kind of short football career for me.
Yes, sir. I played through the Holly City since I was 4 and then all the way through and just came here as high school all the way through. So I've been playing there.
What kind of training did they give for you? Because it seems like everybody that comes up through the program is all ready for the high school game.
Definitely great work. So we had Coach Woody as our staff. He's on the high school staff now. So the coaching staff that he built around us was definitely great. It was high intensity. They gave us like year up workout routine. So it was just like get us ready for a high school step, because once you get off midget league is a new speed of the game once you get to high school. So.
Did you notice how quick the change was? I mean, the step
yes,
up?
Sir, definitely. I went from being like the star player on midget league to just being a regular freshman in high school. So it's definitely a different speed of the game. So.
Right.
Sometimes it's the hardest thing, I think, for players. But listen, even now, when you leave high school, these guys are, the guy here, and they've been the guy here. Now they got to go to the next level, and they got to prove themselves all over again to be the guy there. So, I mean, but they're built for it. They're ready for it. So we're excited, to see them in the future. But right now, they're still here. So.
Throwing a question about the level change, how do you prepare to move up to the next stage? How do you guys do it?
I don't know. That's a kind of a tough question. It's really a hard thing to prepare for, honestly. You can only prepare so much for something like that. Like, that's a big step in life. Like, you're an adult now, so it's like I just take it step by step. I go day by day. Honestly, right now, I try not to think about it a lot. I try to cherish the moments I have right now while I'm still in high school and while I'm still around my family and friends. So, honestly, I just don't think about it a lot, but I know it is coming up fast. High school has gone by fast, so I don't know. I'm ready for it. I feel as though I'm ready for it, so I guess I'll just see when I get there.
And how about yourself?
Training, it might be hard to really work out and prepare for something like that, but just do the same stuff that you've been on here, get bigger, faster, and stronger. But once you get up there, it's probably something that you did down here that's not right, or something that they might want to improve on. So it's just like do your one day at a time type of routines and just get yourself ready to get up there.
What kind of things did you learn in the progress scale, going up the scale? What kind of things did you learn along the way that helped you guys?
As in, like, football? Or
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about academics and whatever else, but football-wise, what was it that allowed you to rise up the scale a little bit?
The number one thing for me is being coachable. Like, you make a mistake one time, maybe 2 times, but if a coach tells you something, you shouldn't do it twice. So just being coachable is definitely, like, the number one thing for me. Just learning, watching the people that are ahead of me, and just using my reps wisely. Like, when I was getting, like, go all the way back to freshman year, I would get in a couple times. Like, I would use those reps. I wound up starting in the championship game. Throughout the whole season, I didn't really start that much. I was playing off at the tackle. So it was like really just watching the older guys ahead of me. And when I got my moment, I took advantage of it.
Do you guys like to see when everybody else on the team succeeds? I mean, we had the great running of Aiden Dawkins the other day. Do you enjoy seeing the others contribute to the success of this program?
Yeah,
Definitely love seeing that, because we've been playing with each other since we was younger. So just seeing each other build up and seeing them do it at a high stage and at a high school level is definitely good, because they're putting themselves out there just how everyone else is trying to put themselves out there to get to the next level and do what they could do.
Right. Now, when you see a player struggle, I'm going to take the quarterback, for example. He threw a lot of balls that just weren't where they need to be. Do you guys talk to him, not so much during the game, but afterwards say, hey, Robbie, you got this. We know you can do. What kind of things do you tell your quarterback after the kind of game that he
Definitely,
had?
during the game, you give him like words of encouragement. Hey, Rob,
Mhm.
this keep it up. Let's pick it up. Like we know what he's capable of doing. So having an off game, everybody has an off game, and then as a quarterback, it is very tough, to read the defense, to know everything, to put a ball at a certain place. So it might be tough. There's a lot that go through his head, so we never know. So we just hope he goes out there and gives us the best game. But we know what Rob comes into, and day in, day out, and he's a great kid. So just to have him around program, we're lucky because there's not a lot of high school teams that have a great quarterback how we do. So it's very good.
Now, what do you guys view as keys to the game to make sure that victory happens?
Number one thing, like I said, is just 111. You do your job, then there's nothing really that could go wrong. As long as everybody does what they're supposed to do, communicate across the field, make sure everybody knows what coverage we're in or what defense we're in, or whatever the case may be. But really, the number one thing is do your 111th, and you should be successful off of that right there.
Now, explain that. 111. Explain what you're saying.
11 men on the field, you're one of those 11.
Okay.
So
All right.
you're one man. You worry about what you have to do and what
Okay.
you have to do only, and then execute what you have to do. Your teammates, trusting your teammates to do what they have to do. That's your 111 right there.
Okay. I'm glad you explained that because
Yeah.
I'm a little unsure what 111 was. But nonetheless, this team, of course, has a long way to go. You have a big game coming up against Atlantic City. Have you seen any film on them? I know it might be early in the week, but what have you seen on the film for AC?
It's a good team, solid program. I mean, you got to respect every team. You can't just look at something and be like, oh, we're just going to do this or that to a team. So you got to respect what they put in and what they put out on the film. So we just got to go in there. We seen what they put on film, and coaches draw up a game plan. So we just got to execute our game plan, do what we do, be able to be coachable and make adjustments throughout games. So we seen everything we had to see now just to go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, hard 100%, and then come dominate on Friday.
Now, of course, I'm going to ask both of you to answer this question. What does it feel like, A, to make a big play, and B, to make a big hit when you need to make one? What's the feeling like when you make a play like that?
I don't know. That's like before a game, I feel like everybody knows the feeling. But before you do something, you can just imagine yourself in that situation. I feel like that's how it is for me. Like I imagine what I want to happen, and then I go out there and do it. So it's like it feels amazing, like to do something that you were just imagining about doing. Like I think of it like a dream come true, basically. Like that big play, like everybody's looking at you, everybody knows you did it, cameras on you, like. But we stay in control after we make those big plays and those big hits.
Mm-hmm.
But it is definitely a great feeling. Like I said, freshman year, championship game with a sack. After the play, I just laid there because it's like like you're in that feeling. Yeah, it's really, you can't explain it. Like you have to only football players know that feeling. Like it's definitely a great feeling.
And how about yourself?
Yes,
When
sir,
you make the
definitely.
big play or big hit?
Definitely a great feeling because it's like you see guys on the next level or NFL make big plays, and it's just like you're capable of going out there and doing it. And it's just like you work so hard, you train so hard. So when you make plays or big plays, it's a way to go about celebrating stuff. But it's just like you want to get your expressions out. Like you want to know, like I did this, like I just did a great job. So it's just like it's definitely a great feeling of making a big play because games that we're at, like we're a spotlight team, so it's cameras and media all out there.
Right.
So we know after we make a big play that the social media game is big. So like we're going to be on social media, we might be on this. So it's a great feeling. Definitely.
I'll tell you what, I do read some of the comments. They are fascinating. Some of them you don't want to read, but that's another story too. In terms of football, what got you started in football? What made you desire to play?
Honestly, when I was younger, everybody around me just wanted to play football. We were in that time where we had Odell Beckham Jr. with the one-hand catch.
Oh yeah,
we had
right.
Cam Chancellor on the Seahawks, and that's when football was really football. And just seeing stuff like that, like that just really drove me to play football. I stopped playing football. I really couldn't tell you why I stopped playing football, honestly. But just when it came up to 8th grade, it was like seeing everybody around me. It was like, yeah, like this is something I could really get into. Like seeing Brooks his freshman year, I met his 8th grade year, then going into his freshman year, seeing LeQuint, seeing all those like big time names. It's like right here in Millville, you realize that you could really make a name for yourself just how everybody else did coming through.
See, even though the pros are the ones that are supposedly the best at it, when you have players like Allen and of course Brooks like that. You have people right in your camp that you can watch and kind of emulate what they do. So is that the way that you're trying to express that there?
Yeah, of course. Like for Brooks, if you look at Brooks and Quinn, they're two completely different people. I didn't get to play with Quinn, but I've heard a lot of stories about how vocal he was, how much of a true spoken leader he was. If you look at Brooks, he was kind of quiet, but if you look at when it comes to football, both very talented. They both do what they have to do on the field. So it doesn't really matter who you are off the field, but it does matter who you are off the field. But when it comes to football, as long as you go out there and do what you have to do on the field, everybody's gonna really look up to you.
Well, I got to see both of those players through the last years, and boy, I tell you what, they made football in Millville very, very much enjoyable. Those two guys, and of course they went on. LeQuint went to Syracuse and succeeded up there. We're going to see what Brooks can do at Alabama. I'm glad he chose Alabama. That's my alma mater. So go Roll Tide, and hopefully he'll continue the success that he had here. As far as the football, how did you get into it? What made you love this game?
I was still telling my dad. I think it was a little forced on me. He wanted me to go out there. Cause I started when I was younger at 4. So I think
parental pressure.
He just put me out there, and it was just playing with guys like Sharp and Naeem Sharp and guys like them. I used to look up to them. They was out there, one of probably the best players that I seen in Jersey. And it was just I could go out there and I could do the same thing they do. And it's just having my cousins, and my football is just in my family. So just going out there and doing what they do, it just came along on me.
Well, even though you say your dad kind of pushed you into it, once you got into it, once I got into it, I felt good because just how Jayden said, you see guys we used to go to the Friday night games, and we used to see when we was younger, Rob Ennis, Zeke Ennis, all them type of players. I love the names he's bringing up.
So it's just seeing them do it. It was just wow. It's like NFL type players that we're watching because it's just we looked up to them so much. So that just brought us along. Seeing them get offers, seeing them go on visits. It's brought me along to I could do this too. I want to do this.
And as far as the pro players, who do you guys look up to the most?
I still look up to Ray Lewis. I like Ray Lewis. He was my favorite player, and I looked up to him with his stories about life.
It doesn't get much more intense than Ray Lewis.
Yeah, definitely.
How about yourself?
For me, I don't. Right now, if we're talking right now, I look up to Micah Parsons. He's a similar guy in my position, Myles Garrett. Abdul Carter, he's a rookie, but I still like what he did throughout his college career. But one of my favorite NFL players, definitely Tom Brady. Just the way he has a drive for football and the way he sticks around and does what he loves and doesn't let anybody and proves who he is and continues to prove himself. That's a real football player that I really look up to.
Well, Tom Brady, all the accolades in the world go to him, but I think he really worked at being as good as he could be. And I think that's what you're both getting at. Seeing players that really put it out there on the field every week, does that inspire you to do the same here at Millville?
Yes, sir, definitely. Yes, sir, definitely.
Okay. As far as the season, what do you guys want to do this year? Tell me about your aspirations for 2025 here.
It's senior year, so I want to do the same thing I had my freshman year. I want to win the championship. So we're gonna take it 1 week at a time. I want to, for me, personally, personal stats, I don't really check personal stats like that. I don't really set goals for myself.
That's that 111 you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. So
I would have remembered that phrase, 111.
So of course, the goal is a championship every year. But right now, after a tough loss like that, my goal right now is to take it 1 week at a time and be successful every week. That's my goal right now, is to be successful every week. So just see how it plays out from there.
As far as the Holly City program, when you were down there, did the football varsity program come see you guys a lot, or do you remember anybody coming out and saying, "Hey guys, you're the future, so let's go"?
Yes, sir, definitely.
Anybody that stands out?
It always was a tradition of players coming back or coaches coming back.
Right.
So they always came out, checked us out, or even if they didn't come check us out, they'd see a video or something, they'd shoot us a text or something like that. So the tradition and connection from high school to Little League has always been a thing, and it's still a thing. So definitely.
Do you guys get a lot of texts from people back then?
Yeah, old coaches or something. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Coaches that was with us since we were younger, or came along for maybe a year or two. They still shoot us texts because we're doing good things in life. So it's just not even on the field, off the field. We're just respectable young men. We're good kids, good in the classroom. So it's just having them as coaches is we could give themselves a pat on the back because they could say they contribute to that.
Right. As far as I'm going to get to the discipline part of things, when you're playing defense, you make the big hit. You don't want to be standing over a player. How do you get yourself away from the moment, if you know what I'm trying to say, that you don't commit a penalty when you really don't want, you make a big play. The last thing you want to do is give up 15 yards because of the way you acted.
Definitely.
How do you control that?
You could celebrate with the team, or you could just walk away and do your own little celebration. I mean, it happens. I wouldn't say it's just like something. It happens. A lot of people do it. Certain people do it, but it's not a good thing to do. But you could just celebrate with your team, have your own little celebration, and just walk away. Or if you keep making plays like that, it starts to get a little normal. So it's just like, that's what I do. It's like, so you just get up and just get ready for
Do
the
you
next
find
play.
that when you make a big play, it's contagious to everybody else? Again, the 111 theory.
Yes, sir. So
the
now
next
it's
person
like,
steps
so
up
he's
and
like,
makes something happen.
My boy made a play. Now it's time for me, to go
Yeah.
get one, and he go get one. So it's just like it rouses up the whole team and brings them together. So once, for example, once Jayden made that play, even though it was a 15-yard penalty, like you can see the defense start to get more physical, get more attached to the game, more discipline on the game plan. So it's just stuff like that.
All right, real quick, Coach, what's going to happen on Friday? Talk to me about the AC game.
We're going to go out there and do what we do. We got to get back on track. We got to, make sure we execute on all levels, play and win every part of the game. So special teams, offense, defense, we got to make sure we play clean. We are efficient about what we do, and we execute. As long as we execute and do our part, I believe we'll come out on top, and we'll be happy in the end. But I think like Marty had said before, we can't look past anybody. We respect every team because every team's working as hard as we are, and they all have the same goals as we do. So we just got to respect that and respect the game, and then go after and do our part.
Well, if you played determined, even though the score wasn't reflective of your determination Friday night, I saw a lot of people really trying to get things done. Unfortunately, they built up that big lead, and it was hard to come back on that. But you keep playing like that, I think you're going to be just fine. You've got some tough games coming up, but that's probably the way you like it. The better competition's always where you find yourself.
Yep, yes, sir. It prepares us for the playoffs, and in those big moments when it matters.
Okay, well, good luck on Friday. Thank you for being here.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate your presence, Coach Ayala, and of course Jayden Jones and Marty Collins, some of the key members of the Millville Thunderbolt squad for 2025. Of course, the next game this coming Friday, 6 o'clock start, right?
Yes, sir.
6 o'clock at Atlantic City if you want to make the trip. If you can't be there, we'll have the game for you right here on Quinn Broadcasting. You can check it out on Channel 22, Facebook Live, Quinn Broadcasting, YouTube Live, and of course Instagram is something you can keep tabs on with QBC and the sports activities that we have here. So again, Friday night, big game for the Millville Thunderbolts. They face the Vikings of Atlantic City. Fred Melendez wishing you well. We'll see what happens on Friday night. Let's make this 1-1. How's that sound?
Sounds great.
Kind of like the 1-11. Just a little twist on that. Have yourselves a great night, and thank you for joining us here on Coach's Corner.
Family owned, service oriented. Since 1960, Allen Associates has been a leader in insurance and financial services. We provide insurance services to roughly 300 groups, ranging from 2 to several thousand lives in the private and public sectors. With more than 60 years of experience and a staff of highly trained and dedicated professionals, Allen Associates is noted for its ability to build strong, long-term relationships with our clients and the communities we serve.
Allen Associates is the place to see. One-stop service, the best that can be. Whether finance, insurance, health, or medical, Allen Associates will make life so practical.
Call Allen Associates today at 856-692-2250. Allen Associates, your complete health and financial services in Vineland, New Jersey.
This has been a QBC television production, in association with our partners and sponsors. QBC broadcasts on Comcast Cable Channel 22, and live streams its programming on Facebook and YouTube. All rights reserved by Quinn Media and QBC, programming that serves the South Jersey market.